Hi there, hope all is well. In yesterday's video, I was comparing Qwant with DuckDuckGo, Bing, and Google as far as privacy goes, and expressing my biggest concern about DuckDuckGo in relation with does the money come from. And one comment, the only comment, so happy I got comments on my videos. Thanks for that. Please subscribe, comment, share, give me some love. It says, you should state that you work with Qwant. And it makes sense because, you know, those short videos, you try to say the most in condensed fashion in a very, very limited time. So sometimes something that seems very obvious can be important for you, and for me, it just slipped by. It's not that I don't want to hide what I do with Qwant. It's just that I stated, even in my first video, I talked about it. And it's been so long, it's been 6 years since I've been involved with Qwant. So here it is. It all started actually the first couple of weeks when Qwant was launched. Uh-oh, something fell. On Twitter, this guy wrote a blog post and tweeted that Qwant was all fake and it was not a real search engine and so on. I retweeted that tweet. A couple of minutes later, I got a DM from someone I know who said, "Hey, man, I'm working with Qwant. Can you delete that tweet?" I was like, "No, if it's stating the truth, why should I?" He's like, "Maybe you should talk to Eric, the CEO, the founder of Qwant." So I was like, "With pleasure. Let's bring it on." And that's when I met Eric, and after talking to him, convinced me. They are there to do the right thing, and they need a little time. They need they're not there to build a fake search engine or what DuckDuckGo is, for example, a hybrid search engine. That's not a real search engine. They don't have the manpower, they don't have the money, they don't have everything to build what's called a real search engine with a proper index, with a proper infrastructure. Ooh, that word. Infrastructure, data centers. I did a podcast. Back then I was doing podcast, and he was thankful because I was the only one who raised a voice and said, "Hey, those guys, I think you need to take a second look because they're here to stay, they're here to do good, and it's not true what you say, because you need to understand how a search engine is built. You got two options. You're going to start from scratch. You're going to crawl the web. It's going to take thousands of years if you want to crawl every single page. I'm not going to get into algorithms, but it's humongous. Say option two, you take an existing data set and you build on that. That's the proper way to do it." And they took Bing search results and they build on that. But now they have a crawler, they are building their own index on the Bing layer. It's very different than what DuckDuckGo is doing by pulling constantly Google's results, and maybe they change them a little bit, but it's Google, and they don't have the proper machinery to little by little have their own index. But of course, when you start, well, it does look like Bing back then, 6 years ago. And little by little, it's starting to look less like Bing because they don't refresh the results with Bing all the time like the other ones do. So I was the only one who went forward and tried to convince people that Qwant is a good thing. And we need an alternative like Qwant to the power in place. A real search engine, not a hybrid search engine like DuckDuckGo, but a real search engine like Qwant wants to be. I wasn't paid to do that. I thought that was the good thing to do. Then Eric became a friend, very dear friend. We see each other often. I got money from Qwant years ago as a sponsor for my podcast. It was not that much, and that was maybe 4 years ago, maybe. I was displaying the Qwant logo before my videos. You don't see any logo. I'm not sponsored by Qwant, or I would display it. I'm open about it. But then, little by little, I became what's called an advisor. I was giving advices. What's my expertise? How to spam, right? I've been spamming Google for 15 years, or doing SEO, if you want to use the proper word, search engine optimization. And I know how to do marketing, communication, branding, public relations, press relations. It's been my work even before the internet was what it is today, starting back in the early 90s. So, for example, what kind of advice would I have given Qwant to organize a SEO contest? What it is you create a fake keyword, something totally random where there are no results, and you tell SEOs, okay, I give you this amount of time to be first and you win, and that's it. You can break the machine. You can go try to find the flaws in your algorithm on this virgin territory and where everybody is doing the same thing. But first time in history, we would have the search engine welcoming us and playing with us. Before, we were doing it on Google, and Google was freezing the search engine result page. After a little while, we couldn't do anything because they were like, okay, party is over. Whatever you do, it's not going to do anything. You can't rank higher. So, not that much fun. Am I going to organize the contest? Not from scratch. Am I going to help them to promote the contest? Yeah, sure. But what I'm doing here is totally different. It's from my own. It's something deep inside that I explained in the first video. In my guts, in my heart, in my soul, I need to come forward and express all those dangers of technology, all those abuse in marketing, everything that I've been seeing for the past 15 years that I can't take anymore. And my relationship with Qwant has a big part to do with this. It's been building up over time. Other elements like the TED Talk I'm supposed to do also was a trigger to say, okay, stop the madness. You gotta come forward. But I'm still a SEO and digital marketing consultant. That's my job. I give advice. I'm an advisor. And yeah, on my LinkedIn page, I could have hidden it. I didn't have to put it there, but I did because I want to be open about it. But in no way, shape, or form, I'm sponsored like a YouTuber to make videos about Qwant. I say whatever I want. I don't have to. They don't tell me. They don't. It's my own. I make my own point of view, and am I biased because I'm paid by Qwant to advise them on some stuff? I don't think it has anything to do with it. If you look at the video, what I express about those 4 search engines are facts. Maybe I can say some things not in the most neutral way because I'm human and I'm not perfect, so it could be interpreted by you in a way that's different than the way I wanted to express it. And I'm French, trying to speak English with my broken English. So that's another layer of difficulty. However, if I'm wrong, if something is not clear, I'm here, I'm open, I'm not hiding. So comment me, DM me, tweet me, email me, whatever. Nothing to hide. It's all fair game. But do I love Qwant? Sure I do. I'm all in for them because they are doing the right thing. I strongly, deeply believe they are. When I see some criticism or concerns, they're not right, and it's usually bad interpretation of the truth. For example, are they doing everything right from the start? Of course not. And latest example, to display properly Qwant on Android phones, they need to add a code on the source code. So that code was pulling some information from nasty Google/Android, and they fixed it. Yes, it was there. People brought it up, or they found out, and they fixed it. It wasn't them. It was the Android code that was vicious. It was not Qwant trying to track your profile. It's like a Trojan horse, you know. You got to use the JavaScript code from Android, and they can inject anything they want in there. So it's very, very difficult. Now, what do I express in front of the camera? It's just what I do believe strongly. Money aside, I don't need Qwant to make a living at all. Not one penny of what they give me is necessary for me to live. I live very well outside of whatever money could Qwant give me. And again, they are paying me for many things, but nobody told me, hey, go on YouTube and make videos comparing DuckDuckGo, Bing, Google, and Qwant. I decided to make that topic. I'm going to make many more in relation with Qwant, but am I biased because of the money, or am I biased because I really, really believe in them? But again, open to talk. So thank you for bringing up the comment, and see you tomorrow for the next video. Thank you.